Hey friends, my name is Danita Cummins, and I am the CEO of Cummins Consulting Group and the host of this new podcast called Entrusted to Lead. And I am super excited to join you as we dive into all of those things that surround the essence and the elements of leadership, which is totally my most favorite topic other than coffee, because I don't know about you, but I absolutely love coffee. So today I'm inviting you on a journey with me and my friends and colleagues and some mentors that I've met throughout the years that have really helped me on my leadership journey. And we're going to discuss the foundational elements of leadership because we believe in equipping you with the tools and resources that you need to be the best version of you. Now, I know that sounds super cliche and probably very t-shirt worthy, but I really believe that together we can learn how to effectively influence our teams, our organizations, and our communities because, leadership is very hard, but it's so important, especially today. And I believe that leadership is a calling. And together, I want us to build clarity and confidence so we can lean into that space. Because as leaders, we are entrusted with the care and safekeeping of others. And I know, friend, that is a very daunting journey. I believe that other than parenting, I'm pretty sure leadership is the hardest thing that I have ever done. So for over 25 years, I served the Department of Defense, and I worked alongside America's heroes and legends. I don't say that lightly because together we navigated a lot of different experiences and some hard spaces. And I've had the pleasure of working with phenomenal leaders over the years that have helped me navigate that experience and grow me as a person, both professionally and personally. It doesn't matter if you're leading an army of one or if you're leading the actual army, because leadership is all about you, number one, becoming the best version of you, and two, taking all the things you've learned and helping somebody else be the best version of them. I believe that we each have a responsibility to make our organizations and our communities and our teams the best that they can be. But that starts with us because leadership starts with you. And I believe that we, as a community, need to come alongside each other so we can grow together. And a little bit of grace or maybe some encouragement for you if you're having a hard day. But leadership takes time. It's kind of like cooking. I'm a mom and I have 4 kids. And over the years, we've launched 2 of them into adulthood. And we're still working with 2 that are here at home, soon to leave the nest. And when they were little, I couldn't just hand them a recipe book with a bunch of ingredients and say, here, go make dinner. It didn't work like that, right? They had no idea what those ingredients were. They had no idea how much or how little they needed to use. And that's the same thing with leadership. No one knows how to make a great meal in the beginning. But leadership is all about putting things on the table, testing things out, and seeing how that looks in you. We get a bunch of different ingredients like empathy and trust and compassion and communication skills, and we're supposed to mix them all up together and make an amazing souffle. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen overnight. So until you put them on the plate and you actually taste them and you actually, mix them up with different things, then you're not really 100% sure how things go together. And that's the best part. And quite frankly, the hardest part, I think, in some of those really hard days. I wish I could say that there are 100, things that I've done well. And hopefully there are some great things that I can share with you. But the biggest part is that there are many times on my journey where I wish I could have gone back and had a do-over. But unfortunately, you can't. And so that's the part where I think we all struggle, but we all strive together. A few years ago, I attended this leadership course at the University of Chapel Hill. And in the military, we have a lot of opportunities for leadership. That's the one thing that I realized when I left the military and working for the Department of Defense, that we, at the very beginning of our career, we get a lot of really great training. We get a lot of great opportunities where we can really practice those leadership muscles and we can really work alongside people every single day, seeing our strengths and our weaknesses in action. And so that's something that I truly appreciate in the time that I spent. But when I attended the course at Chapel Hill, one of the professors said a profound thing that I have never forgotten. He said, if you don't reveal it, you can't heal it. And I was like, man, you should write a book just about that. But that's really the crux of it, isn't it? We bring all of ourselves to the workplace or into the marketplace every single day. Sometimes, and we hope most of the time, we're going to bring the best version of ourselves. But sometimes it's not the best. But regardless of how we feel, we always have a responsibility to lead ourselves and others well. Every day, you're going to bring your strengths and your weaknesses and your biases and your fears to the table. And you got to work to understand why those elements matter. So we need to discover how that they affect our ability to make decisions, how we communicate in and through them. And we need to be brave enough to explore our expectations of ourselves and others. Today, when we look across our landscape, wherever that is, wherever you serve today, wherever you work, wherever you write, wherever you speak, wherever you teach, whatever that looks like for you, you have a culture inside and outside your organization. And I am sure that you have a lot of challenges. In some places, maybe you're navigating a toxic workspace. Maybe you're working through different environmental changes or post-pandemic situations. And all the while, there are these groups of people who really need your help. In this podcast, we're going to be authentic and we're going to be real. And we're going to talk about real things that keep us moving forward. So I want to dive into questions like, how do we navigate this leadership space? How do we grow as leaders and meet the needs of our environment and our organization, but at the same time not get lost in the process? How do we still find enough energy and empathy and enthusiasm at the end of a really long day to care for ourselves and others? It's hard. Leadership is hard. But I believe that every single one of us is called for a plan and a purpose. Friend, I believe that in the very core and fiber of my being. If there is one message that I want to leave the world, it's that you were created for a plan and a purpose. And so there is no mistake that you are on this earth today, at this specific moment in time and space, wherever you live and work, in your neighborhood or your community. That is not a mistake, okay? And you are uniquely designed to lead right where you are. You have been called for a plan and a purpose. And I believe that at the very core and fiber of each one of us, there is no greater calling or commission than to be a leader. So this podcast is here to help you, number one, see yourself as worthy to lead because you are, friend, you are. And two, capable to serve and go to the world and make a positive difference, whatever that looks like for you, in the places or the spaces where you work and serve. But it's also to remind you that we together have a responsibility to lead those around us well. So I'm inviting you on this amazing, crazy journey so we can have a coffee conversation with some good friends, both new and some old, and we'll dive into all those things about the essence and the elements of leadership. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Have an amazing day, friend. See you later. Bye.